because it's just her in shock, staring at massive titties, and then you just hear. Welcome back to another episode of Disagree, the podcast where I murder my co-host for making me listen to Limp fucking Bizkit. How you doing? Why? Kind of like this was as much torture to you as it was for me.
Yeah, I have some opinions.
I just want to start off by saying I didn't deserve this. Okay, the Nostalgia Critics The Wall is not that bad.
Well, I can tell you this much: if you ever watched it, either Limp Bizkit fan, you'd click off because you won't like it.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna like. Skip to when we talk about Sabagebu. We're gonna start with Limp Bizkit because I just want to get the pain out of the way. If you're a Limp Bizkit fan, just skip to Sabagebu if you're fucking anything interested in that, or just this isn't the episode for you because oh god.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to start off with Sam Rivers, John Odo, and Wes Borland are all great. They provide very great music, especially Wes Borland. I like his guitar. I like his guitar riffs, his guitar playing. I think he comes up with some really good riffs, and I think the best part about this album is the music.
Actually, yes, I would totally say that the instrumental is actually kind of good. Then there are Fred Durst.
And then Fred fucking Durst just ruins every goddamn track.
Oh.
God. I guess we could start off with Hot Dog, and I need to know...
Did it actually...
Is it Boots or Blood?
Yes. I will say one of my notes is, wait, it is Boots and Blood. But
I wrote, Jonas, I swear to God, if you like this more than Boots and Blood.
No, I don't. They were probably the version of the whole album. They start out with the word one at least. But
God.
What the fuck they are listened?
It's just, you literally said... Okay, I don't know where the fuck to begin with this. Okay, so I guess there's the line that I have written. If I say fuck 2 more times, that's 46 fucks in this fucked up rhyme. Which all that did was make me think of the Eminem line on I'm Back. Was it No, it's not on I'm Back. It's Remember Me, where he says I won't say fucking for 6 minutes, and then you hear a voice where a girl says 6 minutes, Shady, you're on, and then the rest of the song is a minute long.
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a minute rest of the song, and then there's I'm Back, which is 5 minutes, and he does say fuck a lot, but he doesn't say fucking at all, and I like that. That's clever.
This is not
this
clever.
This is not.
Did you hear the person that wanted to say fuck a lot? But that is not the worst part of the track either. Why the fuck do you do 9-inch nails so dirty?
God! They just ripped off the Closer. And I don't know why. There's nothing in the song that is any reference to Closer except for him saying 9-inch nails. And then...
I was looking at Genius just to see if they have any explanation to it, but I didn't find anything. I don't get it.
It's just out of nowhere. You just get a worst version of Closer. I'm not even a big fan of the original 9-inch nails version. I more particularly like the In This Moment cover because there's some sort of power in a woman saying that she's gonna penetrate you. But regardless, I would still rather listen to the 9-inch nails version over. I I would still rather listen to the Nine Inch Nails version over whatever the fuck this is. God. And then okay, this also starts. Oh, and don't let me forget that there's a fucking Wu-Tang Clan reference in here. I don't know. They were able to get Method Man on the last end of the album, but we'll get to that.
No.
But yeah, for some reason he references fucking. Is it? Wait, no, hold on. Wait, I gotta fact check myself. Hold on. It's Wu-Tang that did Check Yourself Before You Wreck Yourself, right? Oh no, that's Ice Cube. Wow, I'm dumb as hell.
Wow, we got paid off a lot of Ice Cube fans as well.
I'm actually kind of upset at myself because I used to be a big Ice Cube fan when I was in high school, and I know about Check Yourself Before You Wreck Yourself, and for some reason I just what I confused.
Do you know what my introduction to Ice Cube was? You watched that movie Are We There Yet? That's my introduction to Ice Cube.
My introduction was I mean, I guess kind of NWA, but it was the Death Certificate 25th Anniversary Edition. That came out when I was in high school, and I played that album from front to back for months. I was even listening to the skits. I don't do that anymore. I skip skits, but back then I was listening to Robert Lynch, the skit, and being like, yeah, this is a banger. You know what? I blame Royce da 5'9" for me mixing it up with Wu-Tang, because I know that there's that one song off of Music to Be Murdered By where he references Wu-Tang and Ice Cube in the chorus, and my two brain cells just did not work. Regardless,
shall we move to next track?
Well, Hot Dog also establishes, I don't know if I'd say a running theme, but it is something that pops up multiple times throughout the album. These Wish.com hybrid theory type beats.
You got my message I sent you.
Yeah.
You got my message. And I think you knew exactly what I meant. Why the fuck that something sound like Hyper Theory? Why?
This came out before Hybrid Theory as well.
Oh
no!
Hybrid
Theory came out like 2 weeks after this.
Oh, for fuck's
they both
sake.
came out in the same month. I think the Limp Bizkit album was like the 17th, and Hybrid Theory was the 24th. And then fucking I swear to God, there are synth melodies I've heard that just sounded like Closer, or not Closer. I'm dumb. Crawling.
Yeah.
Just made me think of the shit I hear on Hybrid Theory. That when I finally finished this album, I immediately just went to Hybrid Theory. I was like, I gotta cleanse my ears, listen to something actually good. I gotta listen to some good new metal. God damn.
Yeah. Now I feel like Linkin Park was new metal done good.
Yes, because they had talent.
Yes.
At least, Limp Bizkit, musically, they have talent. And even on this album, I don't remember the guy's name, but they have a guy from, I don't remember what band he's in now, but I do remember he was in Velvet Revolver. And you can tell he's far fucking better than Fred Durst.
Oh, definitely.
But,
I will say one thing, but you don't know whether it is later on, but when Fred Durst doesn't do his rap, I don't even know if you can call it rap. When he doesn't do that delivery, he can at least sound decent. But whenever he does whatever he do, I don't even know what to fucking call it.
Well, it's not rap, because it's trash. But like I had said this in the last episode, with Linkin Park, yeah, they had good music. I cannot tell you anybody who, I can't tell you who does the guitars or anything. The only musical aspect of Linkin Park that I remember is Joe Hahn. He's the only guy. I don't know who's the guitarist or the bass player or any of that stuff. Sorry, but they had good music, but then they also had a guy who knows how to rap properly, a guy who knows how to do good flows and knows how to write good lyrics and at least write good rap lyrics that work, that make sense, that have rhymes, that have flows, that have things that you need for rap. Oh, I'm gonna go on a rant when we get to fucking rolling, my god. And then you had Chester, who would... I like how I don't even... I just call him Mike Shinoda, guy who knows how to do good. You had Mike Shinoda. He's... Say what you will about his lyrics. I know, like, Anthony Fantano doesn't like Mike Shinoda's lyrics.
I like his lyrics, but yeah.
Yeah, you say what you want about his lyric writing. At least it's... You can tell he has skill. You can tell he's competent. He knows what he's doing. And then you have Chester, who was fucking great at what he was doing. His screams were great. His singing was great. I love the fact that he melodically screamed. That's fucking cool. Hell, really even on that fucking Mark Morton song, shit, I don't even remember what crossover. Cross off. Yeah, even that one had Chester like kind of scream rapping, and it. Yes. I didn't like it at first when I heard it, but the more I listened to that song when it came out, I started to like it.
Yeah, I would love that one. Or about Dreamin'. What the fuck? We had not even gotten there, but what the fuck was that?
What song?
I don't even remember which one it is.
I'm gonna quickly skip all the way down to I gotta pull up the fucking album. I did not write what tracks these were. Boiler, I think.
Boiler?
There's a line, the hiding from you is done, and he yells done. And the way he yells it sounded exactly like a boy in a band, and that just made me sad.
Oh no.
I was just like, oh no.
Okay, shall we actually move on to the second song? Because we haven't started it. My Generation.
My Generation,
I have two notes.
I have one.
I get that every generation have gotten shit from the one before it. And the instrumental isn't bad. Well, I get that all my positive to the song.
Yeah, mine is... the only note I wrote is, it's literally just the music being good, but Fred Durst fucking ruins it. The only thing I can give him is that there's, like, a couple times on this album where he throws out a melody that sounds alright, like it's kind of pleasing. In this case, it's that, the way he says, my generation, and he, like, kind of chops my generation. I don't know how to fucking imitate it. It's not good, but it's, compared to the rest of this dog shit, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Next track, I believe, is Full Nelson. I only have one note as well. And is this what everyone else hears when they listen to Five Finger Death Punch? Because I think now I get why people don't like Five Finger Death Punch. Because if this is what they're hearing, I totally understand.
That badly kind of my note as well.
Yeah! We are the same. This is... I can't even...
Burn the motherfucker now. Burn the motherfucker.
Yeah, it's just... What? Oh, God. Hold on. I actually need to look up the lyrics.
Oh, yeah. He tried to sound tough, but he sounds so whiny.
Yeah, that's why. That's why I chalked it up to, is this what people hear when they listen to Five Finger Death Punch? Like the fucking chorus, you'll get knocked the fuck out, cause your mouth's writing checks that your ass can't cash out. knock straight the fuck out because your mouth's writing checks that your ass can't cash. It's just like fucking mojo hardcore shit, but it's like it doesn't work because I don't believe it.
The funny thing is, I actually kind of liked that line, cut your mouth wide and shit that your ass can catch. But it isn't even their line. They had taken it from Philip Wilson.
Yeah,
So,
a lot of this.
It's not even their line.
There's a lot of stuff on this album that like I would just hear and it's like, that sounds too good for Limp Bizkit. Where do they steal this from? I don't really have anything else to say. Do you?
No.
Okay, next track, My Way.
The instrumental remind me of Linkin Park. It was the first thing I wrote.
That was the second one. The second note I wrote was got that Wish.com hybrid theory type beat again. The first one was I genuinely got scared because I thought it was going to be a cover of Frank Sinatra's My Way.
No.
And I got scared and I was like, oh no. And then it wasn't. I was like, okay, good. I don't want to hear this.
Okay, I wrote at the little bit on so far. Take that, whatever you like.
I guess
the singing part is not that bad. I think I heard. Yeah, I even think I heard this song before, and it actually doesn't make me want to whip my head apart. So that's something.
I wrote down the brilliant, clever rhyme of leadership with leave your shit. You know what? At least you made an attempt.
Yep.
It's not great, but you made an attempt. And then I also wrote, I imagine some dude unironically yelling the lyrics to his girlfriend. And that's funny to me.
Shall we go to the next one? Because I don't have it.
Rollin'.
Okay, here is our disagree moment, I think. But I found it song bad, but I found it enjoyable part that I actually kind of liked it.
To each their own.
I'm not saying it good, but
made me fucking short. First of all, the way he says "rolling" is so goddamn corny. It sounds
it's so
like
corny,
shit.
but I kind of liked it.
Rolling. God. And then the thing I wrote, so you better get some better beats and get some better rhymes, gives me a fucking mental breakdown. How are you going to tell other people to get better rhymes when you yourself can't fucking rhyme? Even on this song, the rhymes are so not even rhyming at all. They're so dog shit. Fucking God.
I can see myself, and I actually done it, that I don't listen to the lyrics, I just sum it up, and then in the cover, I'm with him. Rolling.
Yes, rhyming right here with right here, and then air with care, and then 6 with mix, and then fuck up with track up, and then Limp Bizkit with Limp Bizkit, and then on with night, and then here with time, and then and with rhymes, and then yet with check, and shit with pit. And then you're gonna fucking sit here and tell me that I need to get better rhymes?
That's it, my favorite rapper.
And then there's this fucking line, and I remember because before this I never really listened to Limp Bizkit. I knew of Rollin', but that was only because I watched the Rap Critic video of him reviewing the song, and I remember him specifically pointing out the line, "You can't mess with Limp Bizkit." Why? Because we get it on every day and every night. Yes, but of fucking course, that makes sense. Dear Lord.
But do you know what? It had my favorite line of the whole album. hey lady, hey fella, and the people that don't give a fuck. Hey, they are actually... Jag kör bort in på en jente.
Oh Christ! Listening through this album, all I could just think of was Woodstock '99. You ever heard of that?
I saw someone mention it.
Yeah. You ever hear about how Limp Bizkit started a fucking riot at Woodstock '99?
Oh.
Yeah. How Fred Durst just basically told them to just unleash all their anger, and then they just fucking tore shit up. And then I think it was during the Red Hot Chili Peppers performance, they for some reason, I don't know who, but they for some reason decided to give the crowd candles. Multiple fires started. Then they tore down the stage. They took down a tower and then was like, all right, we've destroyed everything here. Let's go over to the booths. And they started walking to the other side of Woodstock. And the funniest part, because my dad was watching that Netflix documentary about Woodstock '99, and I was just kind of paying attention to it.
Yeah.
And I loved the part where they're talking about, like, okay, in this corner of the camp was where all the riots happened. They had, like, multiple bonfires happening. They tore down the stage. There's a giant, like, signal tower for the sound. They tore that down. They literally made that fall to the fucking ground. And then they're like, okay, we've done enough damage here. Let's go to the other place. So they're going to the other side of the site. And the people there, it's a bunch of tents. It's where you can buy, like, merchandise or buy, some stuff. And the person running it was like, obviously they didn't know what was happening. They, like, kind of heard about it, but they didn't know exactly what had happened on the other side of the camp. They just know that those people are coming their way. So they were like, all right, guys, go inside your tents, close them up, stay inside. And all I thought was, they took down a tower. I don't think closing your tents is going to do anything. You are unprepared.
I did not know that Limp Bizkit fan of all fucking fans would be so wild.
Oh, yeah, of course. Five Finger Death Punch fans get shit for punching drywall, but Limp Bizkit fans will start a fucking riot and tear down a goddamn stage.
Holy fuck.
Oh, Christ. Okay. So Roland is trash. Moving on.
Living up.
Moving on, living up.
Okay, my note is literally this. I really don't have any opinion on it except that it track on. The cover sound like he tried to sound like an author of it, but I can't put my finger on who.
I guess. I mean, this is another case where when he says, "Can I get a witness?" I wrote, "Why does that feel like yet another reference to something better?" Also, today I learned that Jacksonville, Florida is responsible for Limp Bizkit and Shinedown.
Okay, that's...
So, we got one good thing, and we got one bad thing.
Perfect balance at all things should be.
And I mean, Shinedown came out, I think, Limp Bizkit was... They started releasing music in, like, late 90s. Shinedown didn't release their first album until, like, 2003, I think. I'm going to take that as an apology from Jacksonville, Florida for spawning Limp Bizkit. And they were like, okay, we're sorry. Here's Shinedown. And it's like, okay, thanks. I'll accept your apology. I'll take Shinedown. That's nice. How did you feel about, how did you feel about I've seen Fight Club about 28 times?
I don't think...
Do you think that Fred Durst knows what the movie's about?
Probably not, because I feel like Fred Durst, at least his personality on this track sounds like he is exactly that kind of person the movie making fun of.
Exactly. That was my note. It's just like, I wonder if he knows what the movie's actually about. You've seen it 28 times. I hope. I don't think so. Oh, and then he also says spitting out hella mic skills, and I just wrote no. No. That's all I can say.
Okay, should we go to the next song? I let the say on each track. It seemed like
the one that was one of the multiple songs where I wrote nothing. I kind of just mentally checked out.
yeah. I would like it. On it, not that bad. Would say it's something I would go bad on, but actually okay. Why it is on 2 song? What is it on? I don't hate it, but
Oh yeah.
It that song that you think the song finished, then another song begin, but it the same song. I don't get it. It was weird.
Yeah. I think it was one of the like couple tracks where Fred's trying to like sing.
Yeah.
And it's all slow. And I kind of like it less.
Oh, you like it less? I actually thought
like,
I can actually listen to it without.
Like Fred Durst is listenable, I guess. But at the same time, I feel like with Limp Bizkit's energy, it does not work for slower songs.
That's fair.
I don't like either, but I guess I would honestly rather listen to the more heavier stuff.
I can actually see what people like about them when listen to the album with the kind of word, because I don't like the album at all, but I get that they kind of see why people would like it. It's just kind of a lot of the other music is just kind of fun track to have like in the background, and just have like if you don't put it on the lyric or anything like that, and if you can handle whatever he doing with his vocals, I get that you can have a good time with it.
When they do the slower shit, it's just I just mentally check out and I'm bored, and it's like I don't really feel like this fits the band.
Yeah, I think that the shit was kind of boring, but with the next quote, gets the quote on that it's more like on a rap quote, I guess.
Oh.
My opinion was kind of boring song as well. Don't care about the fit that much. And it just feels so fucking long, and I hate the fucking video game beep in the beat.
Oh, no. This is a weird track, because, first of all, I'm very disappointed that Exhibit is on here. That makes me sad, because
I don't know anything about him, but
I don't listen to Exhibit, but I liked him on. He's somewhere on the Marshall Mathers LP. I believe it's. Oh, maybe it's Bitch Please 2. Yeah, he's on Bitch Please 2 with Eminem, Dre, Snoop Dogg, Exhibit, and Nate Dogg. Rest in peace, Nate Dogg. But okay,
he was
so
better rapper than Fred Durst, but I actually didn't care about his words either.
I would not be surprised if he phoned it in.
Yeah.
But okay, this was a really fucking weird track, because on the explicit version of the album, which it sounds like it's the one that you listen to as well, they censored Exhibit in the intro, which was weird. So then I went to the censored version of the album, and I think they completely cut out Exhibit's intro. They censor Fred Durst, and the beat is completely fucking different. And so I looked it up. I looked, and then I went on Genius, and I scrolled down to the bottom, and the video they have linked uses the same beat as the censored version, but it's uncensored.
What the fuck?
And so then I was looking it up, and it turns out that beat on the censored version is the original beat that was on the album. And then I was looking up, okay, so why is it different on Spotify? And people had asked the same. I found a Reddit thread where someone was like, oh, why is it different? And they were like, probably sampling issues. I was like, okay. And they used like some remix instead.
So what?
Which makes sense. Except for why is the original beat on the censored album then?
Yeah, I really don't get it.
Why? What the fuck? Anyways, I skipped the track. Because I didn't want to listen to either version.
And that song didn't also age that well, but it was a different time. But actually, from its bit, sorry if I promote his name wrong, but he said, I think he actually said the words.
Does it say the F word?
Yeah, I think him. They said. Let's see if I can actually find it.
Me and Fred about to go half on Microsoft? I'm sorry, Exhibit. What? I got breakneck delivery, no time for chivalry. Oh, God.
Yeah. In the third word, he actually said the F word.
The third one? Constant conflict, knocking. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But I can kind of forgive it because it was a different time back then.
It's 2000.
Yeah. Not that it made it okay, but it was a different time, and yeah.
I actually did not make it that far into the song. After I found out that the two different beats were different, I was like, I'm not even gonna bother, and I just skipped it.
I had to listen to the whole track in moderation, and I kind of regret it, but
I got so bored with that version on the explicit one. The beat on that is really trash and boring and doesn't even fit. And then I was like, well, I'm not gonna listen to the censored version. I guess I could have listened to the YouTube link, but I was like, I really don't care enough about Limp Bizkit to fucking listen to this shit. And I just moved on.
Maybe one of my biggest problem with it, with what the beat, it may be better in the center version than, but I really didn't care about it too much.
I will say the original beat is not great. It does sound a lot better, and it does kind of sound a bit more fitting for Limp Bizkit. But yeah, it wasn't really anything.
Next
track, Take a Look Around. The only note I have written is I just have to accept that Limp Bizkit lyrics make no fucking sense because I'm about to have an aneurysm.
Oh, I actually have Limp Bizkit a little bit on my note because, okay, Limp Bizkit is rocking the set. It's like a Western wallet when you're placing your bet. So don't be upset when you're broke and you're done. What are you talking about? Because I have no fucking idea what they're talking about.
Yes. Did you know that this is supposed to be aimed towards critics?
I don't get it. How it aim on critics. It sounds like...
Yes.
It sounds like he dissing himself in that line even. But what that Western wallet? Do you know what Western wallet is, Limp Bizkit?
Well, he also says now all the critics want to hit it. Are you trying to say that the critics want to fuck you? Because that's all I could hear.
Yeah,
when you say someone wants to hit it, that's a sexual meaning. Maybe it was different in 2000. I don't know. I wasn't born, but
I honestly don't get it. Oh yeah, once again, the instrumental is good. Mission Impossible sounding at because it was in a Mission Impossible movie apparently.
Using the Mission Impossible, and then they also just took the fucking Mission Impossible melody and just transcribed it onto a fucking guitar.
Yeah,
it's like, wow, okay, cool. Yeah, the lyrics just go all over the fucking place. It's like, God, because I'm an idiot, a loser, a microphone abuser. Oh, wait.
What?
Is it? Okay, I think it's maybe on a different song, but I know there's a lyric somewhere on this album. I don't know if it's a song we've already talked about or if it's a song in the future, where he, like, he says something along the lines of pointing a microphone at you like it's a gun.
It's a fucking like,
what the fuck does that even mean?
It indicates on what you're saying, because I'm an idiot, I lose a microphone abuser. But you're denied because you're playing a fight from Shaq, and there's nothing I can do, because life is a lesson you learn it when you are through. What?
It's just... I get that there's certain bands that you just kind of gotta turn your brain off.
Yeah.
You don't really gotta focus on the lyrics. They're not there. Like,
I see why if people actually compare Fafino Death Bond and Hollywood Undead to Limp Bizkit, well, I get it.
that,
But at least they actually have some skills.
yeah. Hell, I've even many people. I've heard many people who don't like Five Finger Death Punch at least recognize that like they got musical skill.
Yeah.
Some people don't like Ivan, but you have to admit, like he's competent at least.
Yeah,
At the very least, he knows how to sing. He knows how to growl. I don't know if I say growl, but
I don't even know what to call it. He had an expected thing yet for him, like.
yeah, he's at least competent at what he's doing. He's got skill, unlike Fred Durst. And then you look at fucking Hollywood Undead, it's like Jarrell's better.
Yeah. And you hate Joel. Well.
Yeah. I would listen to Jarrell on Live Fast Die Young before listening to Limp Bizkit any day of the fucking week.
We did it, boys. We did it.
I would rather listen to Jarrell kill the fucking vibe of that song than listen to Fred Durst.
I will always disagree with you on that moment because that is my favorite moment of that song.
I hate it.
Shall we go to the next track when I actually have some positive to say for once?
What is that? It'll be okay, which I also wrote nothing. I wrote no.
I'll be okay. Like, what did I say? Oh yeah, it is something that I actually see that some people can relate to because it about toxic relationship all, and while I wasn't a big fan of it, I can see how some people would be like, no, I can actually relate with the lyrics, and I've been through that, and so on. So, yeah, I don't get that why some people might like this track, but it might have some relatability to some people.
Yeah, I pretty much agree. It's like I would be a hypocrite to dog on anyone who that likes this song because they relate to it. I mean, Five Finger Death Punch fan for 7 fucking years. If you're someone out there who went through a fucking hard time and you listen to It'll Be Okay and what's the other one, Hold On, and that got you through it, good for you. I'm happy. I'm happy that was the case. For me, I just can't.
Shall we go to the other track? But like the other track, I kind of said, oh yeah, I get my opinion is the same as the last song because okay, I can see if some people relate to it and all. I can't, and I think the song is too long. I got bored to listen to it, and yet wanted it to be over. But yeah.
Oh yeah, Boiler. That's the one. Yeah, not Hold On. I meant Boiler. Yeah, it's basically as the last one of just like if you can relate to it, cool. That's great. If that helped you get through a rough time, cool. That's great. Personally, for me, I genuinely think that Five Finger Death Punch wrote better songs.
Yeah, a little in the early days.
Even at their worst, I think I would still say that.
To be fair, if people like the latest album Afterlife, good for you, but some of the lyrics it doesn't make sense in my opinion. Just random lines, but whatever. Okay,
Afterlife was such a disappointment. Anyways,
next song, like it.
Do I have? I don't think I have any. Oh no, I do. I do have one note on Boiler. At the very end of the song, when Fred Durst says, "Ladies and gentlemen, what you are experiencing is in fact an inner lineman." I would like you to kick back and think about everything you've just heard. And I wrote, I love how this song tries to end like it's some deep intellectual lyrics that you just got to sit back and think about what you really heard when the lyrics are so fucking basic, vague as hell, and dog shit. There is nothing. What am I supposed to sit back and think about?
It's deep, man.
And someone wrote this like long ass fucking genius annotation on that. This is what flips the song around on us, and with it, maybe our reality. Okay, first of all, Ava fans are starting to sound more sane. Up to this point, we've been relating and thinking about that person we were so good to, who never appreciated anything. They just lied and complained and blamed us, and we swallowed their BS because we cared. But then we realized they meant to be mean. They were just looking for a decent person to get their revenge on. We are enraged, and we're like, how dare you? But the inner lie, man, is when we don't see ourselves. When we believe we're always the victim. When it's all their fault. When we go around blaming someone else for everything that was bad. That's our inner lie, man. That guy or girl inside us who thinks we're always right and never to blame. The inner lie, man, is blindness. It's closed eyes. It's the sleep most people live their lives in. The inner lineman comes when we lack self-awareness and we lack an awareness of our effect on others. And since the inner lineman is who we've been just listening to and relating to, now we can sit back, relax, and realize that everything we were pointing the finger was bull, and now it's time to really see what happened. It's time to see who we've been and how we were unfair and hurt someone else. Now those lyrics we are singing to ourselves.
Okay, so I get the whole thing is, it's a twitch, and the whole lyric is not about someone and about ourselves or something. But it's a basic lyric. Like, the idea on the inner alignment, I actually kind of found an interesting idea. But this is the basic song, and you could do a lot more with it. You even sent me some lyrics that you had done it. They kind of have the same vibe to it.
I'm just saying, Ava fans reach a lot less than this.
Yeah.
Reading that annotation, Ava fans are starting to make more sense now. I think that fucking Reddit post about what's the spirit, what's the symbolism behind Kaji's melon farm makes sounds more sane. Okay, so that was Boiler. Hold on.
I don't have any opinion. Basically,
same.
It is not a fan. I get a different software or whatever. I got bored.
Yeah, I mentally checked out. Scott Wielden was who I was talking about. He's from Stone Temple Pilots. That's the one. That's the band he's currently in. Yeah, you could tell that Scott is competent.
Yeah, it's definitely
better fucking singer. He has more talent.
I think Setster actually was singing for them in some album as well. Which is cool.
I think it's Hold On. That was another example of how the music is good, because I think it was that one.
I think it was Hold On, but I still got so bored.
Yeah, I think it was Hold On where I liked the guitar riff, because I liked that delay arpeggio, and I thought that sounded good. Everything else I just did not fucking care about.
Yeah.
It's just like,
so we got the next one already. I get to be finished with it.
I wish Sam Rivers, John Odo, and Wes Borland was just in a different band. I wish they would have just done something else. I wonder if Wes Borland moved to something else. I may look him up and try to see if there's any fucking better thing. Then you get a Roland Urban Assault Vehicle. I don't know why we have two versions of the same track on the album. It's not even a bonus track because we haven't even gotten to the outro.
This song, it works. This song, it only about words.
Yeah. And I will say, I haven't listened to much Wu-Tang. At most, I've listened to 36 Chambers, and I listened to Triumph. I can tell you, Method Man is fucking phoning the fuck in on his verse. He
was the I don't know how he is normally, but he was one of the worst part of this song, and
Oh, and also
it was
DMX.
so bad.
DMX is another one where I haven't listened to much DMX except for like X Gon Get It, and
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
on
if that's the
everybody
same
know.
one I don't know if that's the same one that's a diss towards Ja Rule, but and even then, without a doubt, they were phoning it the fuck in.
Yeah,
And I don't blame them.
yeah.
I don't know how, because like to compare Method Man's verses from Rollin' to what I personally like, his verse on Triumph. His verse on Triumph. As the world turns, I spread like a germ, bless the globe with the pestilence the hard-headed never learn. This is my testament to those burned. Play my position in the game of life, standing firm. On foreign land, jump the gun out the frying pan into the fire, transform into the Ghost Rider, a six-pack with a streetcar named Desire. Who got my back in the line of fire, holding back? What, my peoples? If you with me, where the fuck you at? Is strapped, and they try to twist my beer cap. It's court adjourned. It's court adjourned for the bad seed from bad sperm. Okay, I did not know that was a thing. Herb got my wig fried like a bad perm. What the blood clot? We smoke pot and blow spots. You want to think twice? I think not. The iron lung ain't gonna tell you where it's coming from. Guns of Navarone tearing up your battle zone, rip through your slums. And then Roland, he's just like, check my dangerous slaying atrocious. When I let these nuts hang, focus, it's Wu-Tang. What's the fuck? What the fuck's a hootie and the blowfish? I wave my black flag at the roaches. Who approaches these twin super soakers who have poisonous darts for culprits? Too late to get your blowgun unholstered. You're left buttered up and lightly toasted. So what? I drink and smoke too much. So what? I cuss too much. Shut the fuck up. My name is Johnny Donnie Brasco. Tuck the gat low. Cut your cash flow. Yet if you want money, funny, a hungry dummy snatch crumbs from me. Docs and hot nicks, bodies in the mosh pit.
It sounded like he was trying to find the dumbest line he could came up with.
I have no doubt in my mind that man phoned it in so fucking hard. I would not be surprised if he wrote that shit in like 5 fucking minutes because he was just required to. Like the label just went, "Hey, you need to be on a Limp Bizkit song." Why? Cuz, get on the song. He's like, "Okay, fine. I'll just half-ass my fucking verse. I don't care." It's like, what is this? I've never listened to Redman. I would not be surprised. That was also a phoned-in verse.
Yeah.
I can definitely tell you, DMX. Oh God, that verse was trash. But you'll be shitting on yourself because you already dead. DMX. My God. Rest in peace, but like, fuck, dude.
Det var sånn.
Hell, even like, I think even his delivery wasn't that good. And I don't think the beat really works with DMX. It's just, what was this really? The Urban Assault vehicle just really feels like a label collab. Like, it did not feel like any of these fucking artists wanted to work together.
Yeah.
None of them fit. How do you get a member from Wu-Tang Clan onto a fucking Limp Bizkit album? How does that reasonably happen without a label forcing it? I can't imagine it. I feel bad for Wu-Tang fans in 2000 when they had to hear that, like, oh shit, Method Man's on a Limp Bizkit album and he phoned it the fuck in so bad. And you know that there's probably like a shit ton of, and let's be honest, white people that have never listened to Wu-Tang Clan before in their life, but they like Limp Bizkit and they don't give a fuck about rap music or the culture.
Yeah.
And that was their first exposure to a Wu-Tang member. And possibly what they would think all of Wu-Tang sounds like. And it's like, no.
And the word part in Limp Bizkit was enormous when in the, what was it, early 2000. They were enormous.
Yeah, so, I don't know how.
Yeah.
The 2000s was a bad time. Like Jeffree Star was making music. Like, I don't know how we let that happen.
Okay, shall we went the album now?
I'm sorry, I just started thinking about how Turn Off the Lights is a song that exists. Anyways, and then we have Outro, which I didn't even bother listening to when I looked on Genius and I saw that it was 2 skits.
Yeah, you just did it. That's why I thought we
just
skip it.
With Ben Stiller, and then apparently Silence, and then the secret track, which is just a Mark Wahlberg phone call. Okay.
Whatever.
The only thing I have to ask is just like, what was the point of Limp Bizkit? Like, what was their point in existing?
I honestly don't know.
Oh, and I can't believe I never meant I forgot to mention this. The fucking artwork is so trash.
Oh yeah, you want to actually the album cover I have ever seen.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Yeah. I'm sorry for the artist that made it. You have probably made some good stuff, but I'm sorry, did not it.
People shit on the cover for Us and Them by Shinedown and like, oh, that artwork's so bad. This is worse. This is just terrible looking. Anyways, let's just move on. I want to forget this album ever existed.
Let's rank it. What do you rank it?
Let's see. I stopped doing numbers. What was my other scoring system that I had?
Change it to Denmark. What's something?
Yeah, I don't remember what the other one was above that. Yeah, I'd probably say send it off to Denmark.
Send it off to Denmark.
And you know what? Actually, I'm gonna say this. I don't think I would send it off to Denmark because I don't think Denmark deserves it.
No, as a Swedish person, I wouldn't even withstand that.
I don't think they deserve that. No, it's bad enough they're responsible for Lars Ulrich. Like they don't need to have Fred Durst.
Okay, we had talked about Limp Bizkit now over an hour. Let's clean and talk about something else.
So moving on to something that I actually really like.
Oh yeah.
So before we start, I have a specific note from the first episode.
Okay.
Where the narrator says the quote, "Fear not, this is not a depressing anime." And I thought, well, this lost Jonas. So what do you think?
Never wait in my favorite character.
So what do you think? Since we've established in the last episode that you hate comedy, what...
I was about to say that, you know how I didn't like the last anime you recommended?
Yeah.
I really liked it one, actually. This one was actually pretty funny and made me laugh out loud many times.
The second episode especially had me fucking just cackling.
Like...
It gets better throughout the anime, but okay, so starting with the first one.
I like the intro.
The intro?
Yeah, like the really fudge dialogue you heard. Did it not a survival?
Oh, yeah. I love it. Yeah, okay, that explains I love how self-aware it is, yeah.
Yeah.
And that happens fucking for the first 3 episodes. She pops up, she tries to say that, and then just gets shot.
And in the third episode, I jump, but whatever. In the third episode, they change it up and you'd have her kill the main character.
So, I love how self-aware it is.
It is.
I've told you before, like, this feels like an anime specifically made for me. It's just everything I love put into an anime. The opening scene is so fucking great.
Yeah,
I love the fact that it opens on a... I love the fact that it opens on a molestation. And then the pervert gets a desert eagle to his temple.
And I love how nobody really reacts to it. And
exactly. Like no one says anything. She just fucking pull. She just. So I love that, and then the opening theme fucking bangs. Like that's
It's a good opening.
a
Yeah.
banger of an opening theme.
Oh yes. Before I knew it was like a BB gun, I was like, yeah, carry your gun open in the school, because that will ain't fine. Because, and I'm sorry, but I had to do the joke, because they will definitely work in America.
It would. You can bring it in. If you're in Sweden, you got to bring a sword. Okay, so I'm like trying to like remember what actually happens in these episodes.
Oh yeah, I love how when they're introducing like the motto in the Schreiber Club, I think you just heard the main character saying, "Who did the old man vote in the middle?" Because
yeah, again, just how self-aware it is, how meta it gets. I did notice. I don't know where you watched it, but on the website that I watched it on, the subtitles were not the same as. I mean, I can't make a direct comparison to the actual subtitles to to the DVD that I watched because I don't have that anymore. I got that from the library. But with that specific DVD, there were moments where at the very top of the screen it would put like a little side note. So when the cosplayer character first shows up wearing the Jill Valentine cosplay, which absolute W, it specifically mentions like this is of course in reference to Jill Valentine from Resident Evil. And then when they allude
that.
Yeah, and then when they allude to when they do the Matrix shit, when they do the Matrix reference, it also pops up like this is a reference to the Matrix.
Yeah,
which I know that I met
it. I know that I met with the reference.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, did you mess with? Yet I let, and that was exactly that moment where I said, yeah, I know what you like that anime.
Yeah, and it's like it would do that. I want to say that the subtitles for the version I was watching was different, but I can't confirm or deny that.
It hard to know because I know that many different companies had different subtitles. I think the fan shop and everything. So
yeah, on the one I was watching, I had this really weird part where in brackets it just said, "I know this subtitle comes late, but it works." It was something like, "I know this shows up late, but it's to help with the subtitles," and then dash like T. It was like I think that was just like a guy who was doing the subs for the website, and he just like put a disclaimer or something. I was like, okay, weird, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you already say? Yeah, you said that the narrator is your favorite character, right?
Yes.
Okay. My favorite character is Platy.
Platy, yeah. I don't remember the name.
Platy is the platypus.
Oh, yeah.
He's the little pet. I love him. He's so adorable in every scene. And I guess spoiler alert. Later in the series, I don't recall which episode it is, but there's a episode where you actually get to see Platy get emotional for the first time.
Ooh.
Because they had like a crab and they were gonna eat it. And then Platy like kidnaps the fucking crab because he's trying to save him. That whole scene is the chase scene of the whole club chasing after Platy and this crab is fucking bonkers. Because you then realize that because like also earlier, I think the main character is stalking Platy, and she finds out that like everyone in the neighborhood is friends with Platy. And so then when they're chasing after him, he has backup. He goes to like one person, and the guy gives Platy and the crab like guns. Starts shooting after. It's like fucking bonkers, and I love it. And then like he finally gets to save the crab, and then they finally get a hold of the crab, and then Platy starts like crying to the purple hair girl because like to him like he finally had a friend. And they get all emotional, and then like, oh, you just wanted a friend. And then they do their little sauna bath at the end, and it cooks the crab. So you get to see Platty get emotional because he wants to save his friend, and then his friend dies in the next scene.
That reminds me of one of my favorite jokes in, I think it was episode 3, when that little girl is trying to win the bear, and she trying and she fail. Then you think like, okay, she, what her name again? The badass girl that I really liked, Miyu Sama. Do I say her name right?
I don't remember any of the names except for Platty because that's the only memorable one
but
for me. It's the most English.
The badass girl, they like the main, the club leader. And then she come up, she win the bear and everything, and the little girl you get like, oh, I can finally get the bear, and then you just see him take this
and then she shoots a real fucking bear. And then they all end up in the sauna at the end.
I love it so
it's
much.
Such a batshit fucking show. I love it. I have a note where when they go to school. Okay, so the episode, the way they structure the episodes is they have like 3 different parts that all kind of like, it's 3 separate short episodes that kind of go along with each other for one episode.
I have seen it in many anime, like Comic can't communicate that's the same thing.
Okay. Okay. For me, this was like the first anime I've seen that's done a structure like that. So I think it was the beginning of the second story in the first episode, where it starts off as a shonen.
Oh yeah, I think the narrator even say it.
Yeah, and the narrator's like, "Be careful," or like, "Don't get upset. This isn't a shonen manga," which he specifically says manga, and that just makes me think, is the manga like this as well? But like, so they go to school. They go to school together, and I love how the main character's like, "Oh, she followed me. I don't want to be embarrassed." And then all the other girls in the school rush over, slap the main character. The main character gets slapped that she flies off the fucking screen. I love that.
I laughed so hardly at that moment.
It's just it's small stuff like that I love. I also loved. I did not notice that, and I love it more that I did not notice it the first time I watched the episode, and then this time I watched the episode where they go to the survival game place, and she gets to have her first interaction with the cosplayer who's in the the Geely suit. She's like, "Oh, how could you even be like noticed with how is it even effective because of how colorful it is?" And she's like, "Oh, we're in the same class." And she's like, Wait, we are?" And she's like, "Yeah. How did I not see you? I was wearing this." And then it cuts to a frame, and you could see her in the background. They point it out. So I rewound the episode to that frame, and she is there, and I didn't notice it both times watching it.
I didn't know it at all, and that's kind of funny because it's a fucking outfit.
Like, it's so obvious, but you just don't see it. And it's like, I love how that actually worked for the viewer.
Yep.
And then my follow-up note to that was when she interacts with the other character, the model.
Oh, yeah.
And her being in shock over the massive tits.
Oh, yeah.
The sound effect that played, I am 99.9% sure is the Mr. Krabs walking sound. And that made it so much fucking better. Because it's just her in shock, staring at massive titties, and then you just hear...
That reminds me, but I really liked the whole concept that they're playing around with BB gun, and in their head it looks like they're actually killing each other, and the narrator always repeated each vision.
So like the first 3 episodes just keeps trying to tell the audience like this is just in their imagination, and then the 3rd episode, I'm not gonna fucking tell you anymore.
Oh yeah, I still did because you see the model get a new armor that revive a lot, and I was just like, oh, did you get the higher rank armor in any RPG?
I love how when the main character gets to kill the model in their first
And
fight,
she
it
shoot
cuts
her
and
in
you
the titties.
yeah, it cuts and you see a bullet hole in both her titties. I love that.
The mom was a word character.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. When they come to that, that girl, they look cute, but then she actually can be.
Oh, the masochistic lolly.
Yes,
Yeah.
I fucking love that scene when she got like, wait, she come back. She cared about me, and then boom, punch right in the face.
I love that character so much, just how much of a fucking masochist she is, and how she's constantly trying to be beaten by her. And then in the episode when they're doing all the Nato stuff, and and she and the main character slaps the model with a fucking Nato roll, and then the lolly's like, "Oh, hit me!" And then she just starts smacking her a bunch of times.
I love it so much.
I love it. I did not like how rude she was to her mom though. That was uncalled for.
It was uncalled for, but her mom was a really weird character.
She is.
A really specific because I think she even said somewhere, "Oh, I love a lollies that have a big secret" or something like that.
There's a future episode where the mom character gets even more weird because her and the main character both have a survival game fight against each other in their own house. And I cannot remember the reason why, but they do. There's a whole scene about it. This just... I have written in my notes, everything is so overdramatic. I love it.
And I really hope that the anime stayed this way, that they made little things over dramatic because they're doing it so damn well.
Yeah.
I don't want full plot. I just want random shit happening and have a good time.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I don't remember there being like a big gigantic story plot. It's just kind of them doing shit and getting into situations and then solving them. I honestly don't even remember how the show ends, but I do remember liking it.
Oh yeah, I love how she had like a whole battle against that cosplay girl. And then in the end, you just feel like she just wanted to show her the cosplay.
I like how they teamed up. I like how they were going against each other, and then the 3 members show, and it's like, oh, they're already fighting, let's go. And then they both unanimously just go, if we fight alone, we're not going to win. And then they just team up against each other, wipe out the other 3, and then go back to fighting each other.
And as well with the cosplay girl, the people that design the cosplay and everything, they have a plats doing it and put up many different references and everything.
Yeah, I wonder if there was any other big notable references. I just know there's the one of the Jill Valentine cosplay, which was fucking great to look at. Like, I'm not even the only Resident Evil game I've played was Village for like 30 minutes, I think. But like I've watched the Sphere Hunter, great channel, recommend. I'm still waiting for her Oblivion review. I know she was working on it at one point. I highly recommend her Cyberpunk review as well. That's a really good one. But she more focuses on survival horror games, and she's like a massive fan of Resident Evil. And she's been doing a Resident Evil retrospective, and I've watched like a couple of those videos. So yeah, just seeing like them reference Resident Evil, I guess it's not surprising when I realize that Capcom's Japanese, so it makes sense.
they mentioned Matrix as well.
Yeah.
And it was like a completely scene from that movie. Like, I
Yeah.
remember that fucking scene.
Was that from the original Matrix?
Yes,
Oh, it was?
it was. It was from the first movie. But that is the only movie I actually have seen. And I remember that
Okay.
exactly scene.
Okay, I guess I confused it because there's like a similar fight in Revolution, the third one. And I
The
remember that
Titanfall one.
I remember that scene because when I was watching those movies, I was like, "Oh, finally something in these fucking sequels that resemble the original movie." And just like kind of the way it was. Oh, you know what? No, they were fighting. Yeah, that fight scene, I think took place with them all like standing on the ceiling or some
Okay.
weird. It was some weird thing, and it was probably the best part of that live action Titanfall 2 movie.
Oh yeah, I have other thing. We are just jumping episode all the time.
Yeah, we're not.
But
This isn't even structured anymore.
in the first episode, I kind of thought it was funny how she said, "I didn't know that she was surprised that that girl was popular." Like, have you seen her? She's a fucking badass. Of course, she's fucking popular.
I love how she gets her revenge on the bullies.
Yeah, same. I love how she is not a good character, but say, and that just made her more entertaining.
Yeah, yeah. That was one of the scenes that made me question the sub because the narrator kind of like cuts himself off. He like says something, cuts himself off, and then he's like, "Oh, this is just," and then the main character. And I recall in the library DVD that I had, it was different dialogue where it kind of specifically stated that like, this is the way that this character works. If you fuck with her, she's gonna do the exact same thing. Like it was more specific. I mean, regardless, it seems like
The point come
you get the same vibe. You're still able. It doesn't seem like Hajimete no Gao, where it seems like the dub and the sub are kind of a different viewing. I like how during the training for the Nado, I swear the background music, it sounds like Rocky fight music. It sounds like the Rocky training music.
I didn't notice that actually. But that note though, poor model, she got fucking PTSD.
Yeah. It's probably just generic, like it's probably just generic training music, but
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if that was supposed to be an ode to Rocky, because it kind of felt that way.
And not the moment when the narrator, what the pet character is in the fight scene between her and the main character and the elementary girl, and the main character tell her that she is a sore loser. And then in the end, you actually heard she was a sore loser.
Yeah, I like the narration is great.
Yes.
Episode 3, I wrote, this is the episode that's responsible for my $400 cosplay because I think it's the first short where they have to go after the hornet's nest.
Yes.
The way the cosplayer is dressed, I saw that mask, and you know that I own that same exact mask, and I was like, I own that, and the rest of this looks like I could pull it off. And now my Amazon wish list has $400 worth of stuff that I really want to buy. It's actually, no, it's not even in my wish list. It's sitting in my cart. I just have to click one button, and $400 will be gone from my bank account, and I'll have the rest of that cosplay. And I think $200 worth of that is the 2 fucking mini Uzis. It's like mini Uzi BB guns, but I specifically have those because they look more realistic. That's the most expensive part.
I know that a lot of it is like fiction in the head, but can we talk about how they could take down Hornet with a fatty BB gun? That takes skills.
Can we talk about how dumb the fucking teacher is? Shows up in a bear costume. constantly thinking it's honeybee, and then like later on in the episode, they keep on telling her they're not honeybees, and then at one point the main character's like, she's like, they're like, oh, why they're chasing after the teacher, and she's like, oh, maybe they're just trying to get their honey, and then the narrator pops in and goes, you just said that they're not honeybees.
I fucking love the narration. It's so perfect.
I love how meta it is. I mean, I like meta humor. I do agree that it can get pretty fucking annoying, especially post Deadpool.
But I feel like they don't overdo it. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't overdo it.
It's simple nods. It's usually meta in the narration or on the library DVD case and the subtitles.
I don't know if it was something with my subtitle, by the way. But when they all admit they gun keep, when they all and she getting her gun, she said that, have we met it before?
Yeah.
That's the narrator.
Yeah. He's like, wait, it's like, wait, I recall that voice. Have we met before? And he just goes, I don't know. And then it's just never acknowledged. I love how they don't ever acknowledge anything. It's just this weird ass fucking show that's so meta, filled with cultural references. It's got big titty women, some big titty women with guns, a masochistic lolly, a really cute platypus that also uses guns, and then I think I've already mentioned how meta it is.
You have into it a lot.
And
don't think every time we say meta, because you will fucking die of.
And then it's just like I said, it's just so over dramatic at times. It is insane. I love the fact that that's an anime that I just found at my library. I borrowed that with a DVD of I think the anime is called Beatless. Something Beatless. I'd never watched it.
Okay.
I only ever watched Sabagebu. And then I was like, nothing can top this.
Like, anime can be a bit social in like comedy anime. Like, some hit and some don't, but this was really funny.
Yeah.
I knew for the first second that, okay, I'm laughing my head off. Did we be a good one?
It is like I said, the best way I've been able to describe it is because it is an anime that felt like it was made for me.
Oh yeah, I love how the narrator was sometimes when he was playing in something. I think he was like, "No, look it up yourself."
Oh yeah, I think that was the guns.
Yeah.
When the character's like, your gun has only 15 bullets, I started trying to count in my mind, okay, how many shots did she take? Because I was hearing 4 shots every time. She killed 3 people. That's only 12. She would only have 3 bullets left. And then the narrator's just like, fucking gun people, I'm not fact-checking this shit. Fuck you. Goodbye. Because I know people who are very into guns, and they are those people. They are the people that are like, oh, it's not realistic in movies. Like,
I heard of people that be like, when other YouTubers mention guns, and they be like, actually, it's an eagle, blah 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 blah, and he just be, I'm just a fucking YouTuber. I don't know anything about fucking guns.
Afro Zero being like, I play Doki Doki mods. Do you really expect me to know shit about guns?
Exactly. Oh, by the way, what's the Afro Zero? This episode I will just be out recommended on the fucking YouTubers.
Oh, I thought you were gonna pull out his mug.
I don't have the mug quite here.
I don't have the Jonad mug, sadly. That's in the kitchen.
Shame.
But yeah, the only other note that I have for episode 3 was I like how she throws the bone like a baseball. Like when she throws the bone to get rid of the dog, she literally does this. She does the specific like stance of throwing a baseball. And I was like, it's just tiny shit like that. Just like the small hit, the way things are drawn, the way things are animated.
I love the way how she got into the club, like how they officially got into the club.
She gets fucking drugged. And then it's just like, yes, this is my, see, I signed the thing. And then he's like, okay, cool. And then the character just behind them in this fucking all black is like, yes, let's go. And then it just cuts to when I woke up, I was in the club.
But she seemed to like to be in the club, so it worked out.
Yeah. God, I'm trying to remember how this show ends, but...
Don't spoil anything, because I will actually finish this one,
Yeah.
because this one is actually pretty fun.
I can only assume that it ends in just a way of like, oh, the school year's over. I can only assume that's the case. I really don't remember. For some reason, my mind's remembering an episode where they protected a farm, and they went and got their hunter's license, or they tried to get their hunter's license.
That sounds fun.
And another one.
And the fight scenes actually pretty good as well.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. One thing that I really like is the animations of when they go to get all their weapons out. They all have specific animations. I think it's animated really well, especially the model of how just the gun drops out of the case and then gets into the. It's so smooth and clean and looks cool.
Now I don't know how much track on our podcast we get, but I think it's good that we actually talk about it so it gets more attention, because this show is underrated as fuck. Yeah,
I don't know how... I mean, how popular is this?
I never heard anyone talk about it, and while it's shutting up on YouTube, there are very videos on it.
It's got a 4.4 rating out of 337 votes on Crunchyroll, and it's got a 7.4 out of 10 rating out of 54,260 votes on my anime list.
Oh.
Popularity on my anime list, number 1,372. So not very popular, but...
Total lucky number. We need to boost them up. Oh yeah, we have the famous anime girl holding a sandwich in her mouth.
Yeah, at the beginning of the second short in the first episode. and then the other girl's she also takes a bite out of the toast, and then when they go to school, she's like, I don't know her, and I want nothing to do with her. And she's like, oh, is that true? Because we both had the same toast out of the same toaster. And it's like, well, yeah, but also you stole that.
I love how everyone yet break in to her house.
Yeah, I do think it's only those two characters. I don't recall the model or the maybe the cause. No.
Also, how the fuck did they stalk her? How the fuck do they know where she live?
Don't ask questions. But no, there is a point. Sorry about just constantly spoiling this. There is a point where Platy is basically living at her house, and they don't acknowledge it for like 3 episodes, and then there's just this one random line where the main character just is like, oh yeah, wait, why is Platy in my house and not yours? He's your pet. Why has he been living in my house? And it's just like, yes. And I love that.
The fucking way they save him as well. And
and she
was I don't even know what happened, but yeah.
The Rube Goldberg machine of fucking animals. Again, it's so over dramatic. They like barely explain anything, and it just like our Lord and Savior God Howard once said, it just works.
Yeah,
I love it. It's a great anime.
I would, if you like comedy anime and you like self-reference humor and random shit happening, you will love this anime. If you don't like that shit, then this is not for you.
If you want your anime to be what you think Ava is, don't watch it.
Yeah, basically.
I'm out on a mission to upset every fucking anime fan on the planet by constantly insulting Ava, even though I like it. But yeah, I don't know where I put it in my ranking. I would definitely say it's one of my favorite animes.
Okay.
It has become a favorite anime.
I have only seen 3 episodes, so it's hard to me to rank it. But right now it's at 7-8, so it's a good score for me.
Yeah, I'd probably give it like a 9, or even put it in the 10 gold blooms out of
Ooh.
10. I like it. I don't know where I would put it in the ranking because I have more of a connection with the other ones: Hunter x Hunter, Kill la Kill, Kuzuno Henkai. Do I like it more than Kuzuno Henkai? Kuzuno Henkai has a really good soundtrack, and that's mostly the reason why I have it so high.
That anime get better every time I think about it. Actually, it is a good. It's a good anime.
I don't remember much from it, but I do. The soundtrack.
I remember I got depressed while watching it, but I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop it. Like after one episode, okay, I need to watch more. I want to see what happened.
Yep.
Okay, we need to mention Batman, and we need to mention Death Note live action.
Batman, Death Note, Ava. All right, we've checked all the boxes.
Yes.
Disagree.
I'm
just gonna disagree over it. We've already had a disagree moment with Hollywood and Dead.
We had a disagree moment with Roland, actually.
Because I do also think about, do I like it more than I liked Hajimete no Gal? And I don't know. They're kind of two different animes, and I like them for different reasons.
It's hard to compare. Like my favorite anime is like Toradora and Wishiro. And Wishiro and Toradora is very, very different.
Way-oo! But
unwholesome to fucking that
terror. I would also put Edge Runners on my list of favorite anime. That was fucking great.
That's the anime, isn't it? I need to watch it.
I mean, it was done by Trigger. By Trigger Studios, which was that already sold me on it before the anime even came out. Anyways,
time for recommendation.
Yeah,
and we had
you basically know.
Yes.
You know the two I can't even remember what my recommendation's supposed to be. You kind of already chose that for me.
Yes. Okay. Our recommendation is the Sweeted movie. My recommendation is the Sweeted movie Lotte Hetta Main. Or Lotte Hetta Main. And the English name is Let the White One In. And you wanted to have the remake on it as well. We did Let Me In.
Matt Reeves remake, which is pretty much the only, I guess that's a selling point, is it's Matt Reeves.
This will be interesting because now you're going to see more Swedish stuff, and I guess you maybe a little interested.
Is it a crime movie? Like all other Swedish movies?
Yeah, the majority of the Swedish movie is crime movies, but not this one. This one actually like kind of horror movie about a boy and a vampire.
Why does it remind me of that other vampire love story? I think you watched it as well.
Oh, do you mean Vampire in the Garden?
No, I don't know what I'm thinking of. I just know there's like some vampire.
Do you know how much you narrowed it down? Do you know how many fucking vampire movies that have a love story?
Abrupt ending.